russosbrand.com, where the pros are the pros. Lollapalooza is the first show on ESPN, the very first one. Literally, SmackDown is all about how to sign up for the ESPN app, and I swear to God, I was more confused than I was before the show started. When they kept going back to Truth and he was trying to explain, all I could think of was, thank God I'm not getting this app. Thank God I don't have to go to try to figure this out on my own. So it's the first night on ESPN. You've got to pay $30 for this app.
And sacrifice 2 chickens in the backyard, chant a Moloch, and then spread salt all over the front seat of your car. And then you can get Lollapalooza.
Exactly. Okay, so this is what I got to do to get Lollapalooza. So a couple of days before, Stevie, and guys, I know like we never do this and we never would do this. So again, my rationale is, okay, bro, there's got to be a reason behind this. So a couple of days before, Ben, Triple H is promoting publicly all over the place. Surprises, 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 surprises. Now, you know damn well, if Triple H says surprise, 90% of the people watching this are thinking The Rock. That's where they always go, The Rock. So now, Stevie, you, me, Ben, we know business. You guys are a lot better at it than I am, but I've taken my lumps and I've learned, we know people are now going to be on the fence. Do I or do I not pay the $30? There's only 5 matches on the card, but Triple H is promising surprises, and that could mean The Rock, and I don't want to miss that. Here's my $30. So, okay, so now I get those people on the fence because I'm telling them there's going to be big surprises. You don't want to miss this. Okay. Then we come to Lollapalooza, and there's no surprises. I guess you would call the 2 big surprises Paul Heyman with Brock Lesnar for the 18th time and Stephanie McMahon going in the WWE Hall of Fame. That was it. So I'm just saying to myself, why would he do that? So, Ben, my first reaction is, okay, bro, this is ESPN. This is a big deal. Did Rock bow out at the last minute? Bro, Rock was at a lot lesser premieres than this. Rock was on the premiere of SmackDown on the USA Network, for crying out loud. ESPN is Rock. Rock was a former athlete. I'm sure first and foremost, that's who ESPN wants. So I'm just asking myself again, Stevie, was there a huge surprise that they were counting on that backed out? Or did they honestly think the big surprises are Stephanie and Paul Heyman?
What I think is that Triple H pulled a Russo swerve. You're surprised that there are no surprises. So therefore, that is the surprise.
That is the surprise. There's no surprises.
And also, I'm just speculating. The reason why you were so confused about trying to subscribe to this and see the pay-per-view was because you were searching for Lollapalooza and it was coming up nowhere.
It's not Lollapalooza. Oh, it's Wrestlepalooza. Oh my God. So I missed
I'm sorry, Ben. I know you were waiting for 4 or 5 weeks of Lollapalooza.
It's all good.
But I think they really do think that the Stephanie surprise Hall of Fame induction was the big thing, where ESPN, where they actually had the PLE on, buried the PLE and said it's not.
I know. Ben, what's your rationale? Triple H could not have thought Stephanie going into the Hall of Fame was a surprise. He could not have thought that.
Another huge surprise. Hey, Steph, go sit down at ringside real quick, will you?
It's so.
I'm inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's so self-serving.
I've never 4 belts and 2 statues.
Mental, bro.
Yeah.
What's the first shot we see of the pay-per-view? Game rolling up, executive producer to get out of the truck.
I know.
Your executive producer is showing up 10 minutes before go time?
Right.
No wonder your show is being rated a C. How about when he's on ESPN? This speaks to Goofs in Charge. They're on with Stephen A. Smith, the #1 wrestler of all time, Goldberg, after Goldberg just got cut off in his go home, buried Triple H and everybody, and Game's got to stand there and take it.
Yeah.
Does nobody proof this stuff before Triple H comes on? Do you have wrestling nerds that are trying to rib him? So not only does that happen, then he shows up first to make it about him, the most important character who's not a character.
Right.
Then we roll the Lollapalooza best of package, and who does the voiceover?
Triple H.
And we're right in the cut. Then the big surprise is my wife, everybody. It's insane how maybe The Rock did cancel on him. Maybe they couldn't get Bad Bunny or something. I don't know.
He did lose a lot of weight. Maybe he was actually there and nobody saw him.
Yeah, and they just faded into the crowd. There's a lot of that going on. So if that's going on in the forefront, plus the heat where they're saying they sold out to Saudi, and then in the ring on SmackDown, and Maven just did a excellent breakdown of this with Randy getting super hot at Drew because Drew slammed him with his legs in the ropes, and like 10 minutes later in the match, he explodes about it the whole way through. Then on Lollapalooza in the tag match, Yeet gets wicked hot at LA Knight for being out of position where there was supposed to be a ref pull the outside before they do the dive. And he's going, "You're up the match. You're it up. You're supposed to be over there." Like, guys are openly in the ring, just breaking character and heating on each other. What does that tell you about the level of your locker room's temperature right now, bro? Because no one's going to go up and bitch at Game while they're getting themselves over, showing up on NXT to have everybody say, "Oh, of course you're going to go to the place where they kiss your ass because everybody wants to get on the main roster." Like, it's a very strange temperature that I don't think the fans understand, with those little earthquakes all over the place are leading to a big Vesuvius.
Yeah. Stevie, what do you think?
Well, I mean, there's a few different things we'll probably touch on. I just, right off the bat, we did a what went wrong about Jay busting himself open with the chair, and we were talking about positioning and everything. He was obviously concussed. He was staggering. He had an anxiety attack supposedly after that. He's just laying on the apron. And James and I were watching. I was like, there's no way this dude's going to wrestle on Raw. And I kind of joked and said, "Oh, yeah, well." So now we have two situations where this definitely looked like real and not that everybody thinks, "Oh, he just played it and got away with it," or did like an Austin and Brett of WrestleMania 13. Bladed when they weren't supposed to. But you have a guy, this is the second case, by the way, and I don't mean to go off on a tangent. The Seth Rollins was the boy who cried wolf with the knee injury. Now, the Jey Uso thing may be real, but why should anybody have any kind of emotional investment or care about him? They'll just wrestle 2 days later, whatever. Yeah. To me, that's a real, as Ben would say, liability for the actual storyline, the characters, but a liability as far as when's round 2 of the concussion lawsuit coming?
Yeah.
Because you put a guy out there 2 days after he literally split his head open with a steel chair. So what's fake and what's real?